Two-piece, that subscribe button. You already know how we do, man. What's poppin', everybody? What's poppin'? Salute to everybody in the chat. Know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how we do, man. Today, I called it on that fight too. But let me reiterate what I said. I said I'm going for Fury. But Wilder's supposed to win. Anybody know what that means? Demelo HFC 300 was popping. Facts, Alma. New York, New York. April D in the building. Know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Salute. Billy to the murder. They say the fight was a setup. Nah, it wasn't no setup, bro. That wasn't no setup. That's how it is. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, the reason why I said that is because everybody knows Tyson Fury. He represents the UK. Salute, Miss Playful. Maple Cesara, Derek Rabati, I see y'all. Know what I'm saying? Being that Tyson Fury was fighting out of his homeland. You see what I'm saying? If that would have went the distance again, I believe Wilder was going to get it again. That fight had to end that way. That's the biggest chance that Tyson Fury had was to knock Son out. You know what I'm saying? Because if it would have went the distance, it wasn't going to go nowhere. Now I also wanted to put I also wanted to put everybody on point to something. You know what I'm saying? Because I was writing them down earlier. By the way, I went to go see Birds of Prey. Me and the old lady went to go see Birds of Prey, man. Birds of Prey is what's up, man. If y'all ain't go see Birds of Prey, go check that out. That's a good movie, you heard? But yo, a lot of people don't know that the same way we had a lot of American champions fighters, the UK has a track record for beating our champions. Fury can actually box Wilder, just know how to fight. And Fury said the same thing. He wanted to finish the fight early. If the fight went longer, it's a chance Wilder could win because of his punching power. Yeah, but before I even go into the history of the UK, I just want to say something in regards to that fight in itself. I took Fury because in the last fight, I saw a snapping jab. Whenever I see a snapping jab, I know that person has an edge. Then somebody just going to come in and try to brawl. You know, that type of style was for shorter, little fighters, little compact fighters like Mike Tyson and them. And that only took them but for so long. You know what I'm saying? That only took them for so long. You can't keep doing that bob and weave stuff and trying to get in with a dude that's going to snap his jab. If the fighters that were nice with that, and I think the nicest one that was nice with that style that Mike Tyson and all the other people emulated was Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier had that style where he was short, stocky, and compact, and he kept bobbing and weaving, giving a lot of head movement. But that all goes along with timing and what comes with after that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Mike Tyson got smashed by Lennox Lewis. Smashed. 6-round TKO. But Frazier was the first one to have that style. And it took him far with Muhammad Ali, who had a snapping jab. But that was because Joe Frazier's stamina was crazy. Yeah, DeWitt Braxton, I know who that is too. But what I saw in the last fight was that Wilder had one punch that he counts on too much. And that's the right hand. Wilder's whole thing is that right hand. If he gets you with the right hand, then he tries to come back with some more. Problem is that even in the last fight, Fury, if he took the right hand and it hurt him a little bit, he'll smother him. See what I'm saying? Now, Wilder relies on power punching. While amazingly, and the reason I say amazingly, because the only other boxer I've seen that had that type of agility was Lennox Lewis. Amazingly, Tyson Fury had movement. And he knows how to mix his punches. He's a power boxer, not a power puncher. He's a power boxer. Wilder was more of a power puncher. But the problem with Wilder was, I'm looking at his feet. In order for him to land those heavy power punches, he has to go flat on the back foot and lift it up to pivot. That is a problem because that makes you stationary. And for a person like Fury, who keeps coming, it's not a good strategy for you. You're going to keep getting smothered and attacked, trying to land that one big one. Because you got to plant. Your power got to come off your pivot. So when your power is trying to come off your pivot, you're going to plant your foot. When you're on your balls of your feet, it's when you're moving around. You want to be on the balls of your feet because that gets you in and out. But when you're landing punches, for a split second, you've got to get stationary unless you're a person that can balance and hit at different angles. And a lot of those types of boxers are not in the heavyweights. You find those like in the featherweights and the lightweights and all those weight classes. I remember Johnny Tapia was one of those that hit you in these angles. He'll hit you in the angle. You'd be like, damn, he twisted his arm and caught me with that? What the hell? KO, that's a fact. Wilder needed that back foot more than ever. He was walking backwards on his heel. That's a fact. I was looking at his feet last time and this time. I was looking at his feet and I'm saying to myself, I said, yo, he keeps landing those punches because Tyson Fury keeps coming in. Tyson Fury on the last fight could have won if he would have stuck to the jab. But a lot of times Tyson Fury kept coming in. And every time he kept coming in, Wilder kept catching him with the right hand, which kind of stunned him a little bit. And that what gave Wilder the momentum. See, you don't want your opponent to get the momentum, because if he gets the momentum, you got to double work. You got to shut his momentum down, and you got to turn yours back up. So when he had that jab, boom, what you doing? Oh, you want to come in? Boom, boom. What you doing? Keep your ass outside. Stay out there. Anytime you come in my square, you're going to eat something. He had him in reach, he got him in height, and he got him in weight. Does he have a lot to do? Not really. Tyson Fury don't really got much that he has to do. But because he's trained to be a boxer, he goes the extra mile. He uses his height, his size, and his reach. And he uses it like if he didn't have those things. He's steadily coming in. And don't get me wrong, Wilder had a lot of breaks in that fight, man. I was watching the fight, man. Wilder had a lot of breaks, yo. And they even took a point away from Fury. They deducted a point from him and let Wilder rest twice in the fight. I'm like, hold up, bro. Come on, man. They letting this dude get a breather? Come on, bro. Now, this is not this. I was starting to get a little bit tight, like, come on. But then I kept saying, all right, that don't mean nothing. Keep coming at him. Keep coming at him. He kept saying, I kept saying, keep coming at him. Keep coming at him. And he did it. He kept coming at him. He already had him wore out by like the third, fourth round. You saw him. He was already getting tired. Because what Fury figured out in the last fight was if you stay busy, punches and bunches, eventually your opponent is going to wear down. His only hope is to land that one big punch. If you don't land that one big punch, he's going to be in the restaurant getting full. He's going to eat a lot. I mean, salute, Miss Geller. Yeah, he had a busted eardrum and all that. That's what comes with fighting, bro. That's what comes with fighting. Now, when he landed that first jab and caught him, poof, that's when I was like, oh, it's on. Facts, JB. He said that right hand is special, but you got to have some boxing skills. That's a fact. And that's what and that's what happened in the fight. What happened in the fight was he kept smothering him. And as he kept smothering him, Wilder didn't know how to answer. You see, Wilder, because he's shorter than Fury, Wilder has to work the inside. He's not going to win from the outside. Fury is too big and his arm reach is too long. You got to come in, but you can't come in if you're coming in. If you notice, Wilder was doing stuff like this. He was crossing his arms when he was coming in and then cocking back. So he's crossing his arms and then he's cocking back. I'm saying to myself, salute. I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yo, hold up. If Fury is really a boxer and he sees that, he's going to smash this dude. And he did see it. Because I was looking at it. I was like, yo, why is he doing this? And then coming back and trying to get him with the right. No. He's basically saying, I'm going to take everything and try to land one big one. And when your opponent sees that, he gets more comfortable because now he knows your whole strategy. You ain't got nothing. You trying to get in and land a big punch. You're going to keep eating that salad. Boom. You're going to keep eating it. Poof. Every time. Poof. Every time you try to come in. Every single time you try to come in, you're going to eat one. You might eat two or three. And I'm going to keep moving. Wilder couldn't do that because Wilder's footwork. His footwork was based on power, not on speed. So his footwork was not good. As a fact, them jabs take a toll, JB. Trust me, I know. I know. I'm gonna holler at you. Hit my DM. Free noob. You know what I'm saying? So it was all about skill in this fight. And he didn't show none. Dimitri Bivol, yeah, who's that? Cinnamon Savage, yeah, Dimitri Bivol. Facts. Dimitri Bivol, I know son is for real, for real. But I'm telling you, that was the problem in that fight, man. Wilder being the smaller guy, not that much smaller, but still, every inch counts in boxing because it's more comfortable. It's more comfortable to punch when you're going down than when you have to go up. When you gotta go up, you gotta be careful because you don't want to expose yourself. But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see no legs on Wilder, and I ain't see no feet. And the way that he was coming in, I said, yo, if they rob Fury again, that's gonna be messed up. I ain't watching boxing no more. No lie. I got Fury for the third fight. If they go 3 fights, I got it. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know. There's a twist to this. You know what the twist to this is? The UK has been beating our champions for a minute. Nelson Holly, fact, Fury got his number. Oh yeah, Fury got his number. He's not gonna beat Fury. But the UK has been beating the UK has been beating our champions, y'all. Word. I'm gonna name a few and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go all the way to back in the days. We got Randy Turpin. Randy Turpin beat Sugar Ray Robinson. Randy Turpin was 23 years old. Became the middleweight champion when he beat Sugar Ray Robinson, bro. Randy Turpin was from the UK. Sugar Ray Robinson was from the USA. You have Prince Nassim Hamed. Prince Hassim Hamed, he knocked out Kevin Kelly. Y'all remember that? Prince Nassim Hamed knocked out Kevin Kelly, y'all. Like I said before, Lennox Lewis beat the smoke out of Mike Tyson. And you know what the crazy part about that is? When they fought, Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis was older than Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis was older than Mike Tyson. Nigel Benn knocked out Irene Barkley. How about that one? Nigel Benn knocked out Iran Barkley. And he knocked out Gerald McClellan also. How about Joe Calzaghe? Salute, James S. with the $5 drive. I see you, bro. Salute. Joe Calzaghe beat Bernard Hopkins. And he beat Roy Jones Jr. Yo. And here's one that y'all probably gonna be like, what? Yo, this is no lie, bro. This is no lie. If anybody questions it, all you gotta do is research it. Henry Cooper knocked Cassius Clay through the ropes, even though he lost the fight. He was putting a whooping on Cassius Clay. You got Lloyd Honeygang. Lloyd Honeygang. They call him AKA Ragamuffin from the UK. Also became the WBA champ. Bob Fitzsimmons. For those of you who don't know, Bob Fitzsimmons knocked out Jack Dempsey in 1891. Y'all hear this? The UK got a history of doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sugar Ray Robinson came back and knocked out Randy Turpin. Yes. Prince Nassim Hamed also got knocked out too. Lennox Lewis, he just left as a champ. Nigel Benn got beat too. Joe Calzaghe got beat. Henry Cooper lost that fight with Cassius Clay. Ricky Hatton was another one that came in. Ricky Hatton came in and then he got smashed. Which, by the way, Roy Jones Jr. had beat Bob Fitzsimmons' record for holding titles in 5 different weight classes. That's right. Antonio Barrera beat Nassim. But what I'm trying, and all of them got beat sooner or later, but they all came in and beat a champ, a USA champ. Joe Calzaghe retired undefeated. I know he was old. Salute Brooklyn. I appreciate you, bro. Salute Brooklyn. So they said Joe Calzaghe retired. Let's see. Yup, that is correct. Joe Calzaghe retired 46-0. Yup. He retired undefeated. There you go. You see that? You see, y'all got to understand something. A lot of them foreign fighters, it's just like when you go to a foreign country, you get embraced. I knew they was gonna say that. Soul Facades, Slim 904. Salute, April D. Appreciate you, April D. Shout out April D in the building. So Facade Slim 904. He says Lennox Lewis wouldn't have beat Tyson at his peak. Tyson was already on his down when they fought. Most of these guys beat our fighters once they are no longer at their peak. That's not true. When Randy Turpin beat Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson was still in his prime. He was still up there. What happened was Sugar Ray Robinson didn't take him that serious, and he barely trained, and that's why when he went in there, he got beat. He got beat because he beat himself. But still, Randy Turpin's skills. Because I was watching the fight earlier. Randy Turpin has skills, and he was landing some bombs, you know? Well, Floyd is the only American fighter to retire undefeated. Joe Calzaghe was an American. Thank you. Joe Calzaghe was an American. That's a fact. Wilder was still in his prime too. That's a fact. Lennox Lewis was older than Mike Tyson. And when Joe Calzaghe fought B-Hop was 43. And when he fought Roy Jones Jr., he was 39. And then Henry Cooper, he wasn't even called Muhammad Ali. He was called Cassius Clay. So you already know that was in his prime. Hopkins told Calzaghe he'll never lose to a white boy. We saw how that went. Wah, wah, wah. Kawan Turner, salute, bro. He said, but Mike didn't have it anymore, though. It's not the point. Once you go in that ring, it's not whether you have it or you don't. When you step in the ring, you got to be prepared. Or don't go in there. Roy was done. B-Hop was still at 43. I agree with that, Low Culture TV. I agree, Asama. I agree. Because my favorite fighter is Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know, we can't take credit. We can't take credit. We can't make excuses. When you step in that ring, there are no excuses. Your excuses get left outside. The excuses get left outside of the ring. Once you're inside the ring, inside here, there's no more excuses. No more excuses. The excuses is over. So the UK got some notable wins on American champions, yo. And Tyson Fury, now he's going to be ranked amongst that list because he's going to be now. Look, Tyson Fury is 31. Deontay Wilder is 34. Deontay Wilder won the first fight by decision, and Tyson Fury won the second fight by knockout. TKO, whatever you want to say. You see what I'm saying? The first was a draw. I thought Wilder got the first fight. Hold up. Their first meeting ended in controversy. I don't know. It doesn't. It's not saying a split decision draw after 12. Okay. They made it. I never seen that before. A split decision draw. The hell is that? A split decision draw. I think so too, Nitro. I think he got his number. You know, there's always a fighter that got another fighter's number. I noticed that in boxing history, yo. For example, Sugar Shane Mosley was washing everything up. And then Sugar Shane Mosley went and bumped into Vernon Forrest, rest in peace. And he couldn't beat Vernon Forrest. And he couldn't beat Vernon Forrest when they fought when they were younger. Because before they fought professional, they had fought before. Forrest always had his number. That's why Sugar Shane could have never beat him. Same thing like who was that? He had like 3 fights or something like that. He's more skilled. He just can't beat that guy. That's a fact. Alan Chang, what up, baby boy? Styles make fights. That's a fact. That is a fact. There was no robbery in this fight. This fight was clean cut. Got his butt whipped. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Look, for example, when Roy Jones fought with Antonio Tarver. He was doing him dirty in the first fight. But Antonio Tarver saw something. He took that loss to get 2 wins. He saw something in Roy. And what he saw was that Roy, his defense was his offense. So if you can catch him before he unleashes that offense, that's the only way to beat Roy. The only way he was going to beat Roy was to get him before he lands, because when he lands with punches and bunches. Antonio Tarver said, I'm gonna land one left hook real quick. Let me see if he can take that. And then Roy wasn't the same ever since. He never lost. Salman K. Poison Jr. Jones was nice with skills as well. Yeah, he was nice. I sparred with him. I sparred with him in Gallagher's gym in Richmond Hill on 101 Avenue. I sparred with Poison Jr. Jones. Melvin Clark said, watch the second fight again. Wilder only got beat up that bad because of that eardrum. Listen, a lot of times it's not what you hear, it's what you see. It's what you see. I don't need to listen to him come. Forrest was 6 feet. Shane is 5'8". Yeah, the height don't really mean that much. It means some, but not much. The reason why I say that is because you got dudes that like Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, who else had a style like Nigel Benn, you had a couple of fighters that had that style like that. I think he did, Melvin Clark. He did beat him up the first fight. Sergio Martinez KO Paul Williams. That's a fact, KO. That's a fact, and he was shorter. So a lot of times it ain't about the height. You ain't got to really worry about the height. You got to worry about how you're going to counter somebody who has height and reach. And that's why they made that style where you start coming in on, they used to call it the gorilla. Because back in the days when you saw King Kong and Godzilla fight, there was times when King Kong would hide behind a big rock. And if you saw when they was fighting, King Kong was going in that. I mean, yeah, King Kong was going in for the body all the time. Because when they made the Godzilla and King Kong fight, they made it like a boxing fight. But then Godzilla started throwing fire, and King Kong started putting trees in his mouth and all that, and stopped from doing all that. And that's when the game changed. Yeah, but even when Tyson started fighting good big fighters, he was losing. The reach was too much. Look, for example, why you think Mitch Green went the whole 12? Mitch Green. Nate, I saw that yesterday too, Nate. I said the same thing. And Jay Boogie said the same thing. I was like, yo, this dude Wilder, man, his legs look like they could be somebody's wrists, yo. What's up with Son's legs? He got baby arm legs. I'm like, yo, he need to do some squats, some calf raises, yo. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Son's legs look like a stem, yo. I was bugging out. I said he got the upper body, but when I look down his legs, I'm like, damn, man. Yo, don't get hit in the leg. You get hit in the leg, man. You might not be able to last any longer. Yo, yeah, Billy Gordo, salute Billy Gordo. Son had some bogged down looking legs, bro. I'm looking at his legs and I'm like, yo, how this dude is a fighter? He looked like a basketball player. And he got a lot of knockouts. You know what I'm saying? For a dude that ain't got legs, he got a lot of knockouts. I mean, imagine Deontay Wilder in some skinny jeans. The man's gonna look like a lamb. You might as well put Deontay Wilder on front of the A train and have him be like the models that they stand still, and the minute you put a quarter in their cup, they move a little bit. Yo, Son had no legs, bro. Yo, his legs, no lie, was like them sticks. What you call them sticks that they sell up with that? It's not chocolate. It's some type of different, like, and you dip the stick in there and you pull it out. It's like a chocolate, but it's not.
Nutella.
Nutella. Son had the Nutella legs, bro. Deontay Wilder was standing on two hard-ons. My bad. Yo, he needed work them legs, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Son needed work them legs out, bro. But the style of him, the way he was coming in is terrible, bro. Terrible. Terrible. He gotta buy new ones, J Money bags. Yo, I don't know what. Yo, they said his leg looked like incense. Hey, yo. And yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That amazed me. Son leg game was terrible, bro. He looked like he gonna twist an ankle. He mess around and try to get fancy with it. He looked injured because he wasn't moving. Fury was a born warrior. No, hey, yo, listen. All due respect to the UK, man. The UK got boxers out there, yo, and they fight. They brawling type of boxers, bro. This dude was licking the dude's blood off his shoulder. Did y'all see that? And before the fight, he said, "I want to taste his blood." And his son had blood all on his neck and shoulder, and his son was licking the blood. I'm over here like, oh, yo, that's a Brit. He ain't playing. Son said, yo, y'all got the Zodiac Killer. We got Jack the Ripper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say he should have got disqualified for that, but I don't think he should have got disqualified for that. That ain't nothing. I mean, how does that's not doing anything. He said he was going to do something, and he came through and he did it. He said, "Well, that seen him lick his blood, they should have threw in the towel. That was barbaric." Bro, that's barbaric. Mike Tyson bit a piece of Holyfield's ear. He ate his food for real, bro. Did you see Holyfield, what Holyfield looked like after that? Yo, don't lie. Holyfield looked like he borrowed his ear from Smeekums from Lord of the Rings, bro. His ear looked like somebody bit a piece off a potato chip. Like somebody stepped on the tip of a honey bun, bro. His ear was twisted. Mike Tyson went ham on son's ear. They want to. Know what I'm saying? Yo, what son did to son's ear was ridiculous, bro. I couldn't look at. I respect Holyfield as a boxer. I think Holyfield was the first one to pull Mike Tyson's card. Because Mitch Green pulled it, but he didn't win. He went the distance with Mike Tyson. After that, they had that problem in front of Dapper Dan's or whatever happened over there. But Mitch Green went the whole 12. Yeah, Mike Tyson ate his food, bro. Yeah, yo, his ear was looking crazy, bro. His ear was looking crazy. Yo, y'all gotta see a picture. If I was able to do it right now, I would show you a picture. Yo, Holyfield's ear, it looks like, yo, I can't even call it, bro. Holyfield's ear looked like he had a baby feet on the side of his face, bro. He bit his ear and gave it like toes. Said Mitch Green. Oh yeah, here's a picture of it right here. Look at that. Huh? You see that? You see that? He ate his food, bro. So people talking about because the man licked the man's blood, that's nothing. He got himself some iron. Mike Tyson went straight cannibal on son, bro. And this is after he said he'll eat his children, I think. That wasn't that Holyfield's children say he was gonna eat? Man, I would have tried to kill Mike Tyson now, because he gonna eat my ears. Now I believe him. He ain't playing. The kids can't go to school no more. We out of here. This dude ain't playing. He just bit a piece of my ear after he said he's gonna eat my kids. Oh, hell no. He ain't doing that. I am Redact. What you said, Jay Boogie? Jay Boogie said, I am Redact. Read that, whatever that says. Did the same thing to Danny Garcia a few months ago, and he got suspended for a year. Oh, I don't know. Lennox Lewis, man. Lennox Lewis, as much as anybody can say about Lennox Lewis, bro. Lennox Lewis washed up Tyson. Lennox Lewis beat damn near everybody he had to beat, bro. And he retired on top. Got to give it to the UK there. The man retired on top, bro. Ivan Redcatch. I don't even know who that is. You must be watching the undercards, J.E. Alan Chan said that was the end for Iron Mike. Hell yeah, that was the end for Iron Mike. That was the thing about Lennox Lewis. He was an excellent boxer, but he was just so boring. Because Lennox Lewis wasn't taking too many chances, y'all. That's one thing Son didn't do. He didn't take too many chances because he had long arms. He was tall as hell. And he knew how to use his height and his reach to rap. And if he got hurt, he did clinch. Only to get back out apart, get that reach going again, get that jab snapping. Bop. Bop. Trinidad, I like the Trinidad too from Puerto Rico. Because he did William Joppy dirty. What Trinidad did to William Joppy was unbelievable, bro. Kenny C. Bobman knocked his block off. Oh, I remember that Rodman fight. I remember the Rodman fight. Yeah, I remember that fight. Lewis didn't fight nobody, and everybody he beat, they was on their downside. Tyson was already done after the Holyfield fights. That's why he ate his food. Oh, Rodman versus Lewis. Oh, yes, Dennis Rodman. Not Dennis Rodman. What was his name? Hakeem Rodman. I remember that fight with the eye. The eye got like yo, Son eye. Did you see Son's eye? That's who you talking about, right? Who is that? Yo, KO, that's who you talking about? Wasn't Rodman the dude with the eye? That Son. Yup. I remember, Son. He had the Subway Classic on the top of his joint, bro. He had the whole meatball sandwich over his eye, bro. That was looking crazy. That wasn't no knot. Yo, Alan Chan, that was not no knot, bro. That was something different. Son had an extra body experience from them jabs, bro. His jaw was like this big, bro. If I'm correct, I don't think he fought after that. I think that was a wrap for him after that one. My bad for saying Dennis Rodman. I know his name was Rodman something. Vitali was beating Lewis when they stopped it. They had to stop it because Son threw out his shoulder, if I'm correct. Yeah, David Tua. Now they said, you know what was crazy? They hyped that one up. They said David Tua was another Mike Tyson. Hakeem Rockman, that's a fact. Hakeem Rockman. They said David Tua was supposed to be like Tyson. Tennessee Williams. Now, I don't think he fought after that. That was a wrap for him. Yo, son had the mofongo over his eye, bro. No lie. He didn't need to beat Lennox once and lost the second, but payday must have been great. He didn't need. Oh, okay. That was the problem with Tua. That's the correct response, Nate. Problem with Tua was he wasn't as fast as Tyson. Tyson had speed with his attacks. Tua had power. Now, I like Mike Tyson. I ain't gonna lie. I mess with Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson was knocking all them big dudes out. But the problem with Tyson was whenever it came down to that one person, he didn't know how to keep it together. That's the only thing I didn't like about Mike Tyson. He didn't know how to keep it together. He had skills, but when the things ain't go his way, you saw the frustration in him. You could tell he was frustrated. That's a fact. He's always going to be a legend, youngest heavyweight champ. And Riddick Bowe. Yeah, Riddick Bowe has some good fights. Riddick Bowe. It's a fact from Brooklyn. Yeah, Riddick Bowe was that dude. Nate, he fought a lot of cans. He fought the East New York. That's a fact. Riddick Bowe was shook to fight Lewis? Nah, I don't think he was shook to fight Lewis. Riddick Bowe was a beast. I'm going to tell you what happened with that. What happened with that was, back then, a lot of people just ain't want to get beat by Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Because getting beat by Lewis, people were looking at it like, if I get beat by Lewis, it's like I got beat by RuPaul. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people didn't like Lennox Lewis because, he had a different style of everything with him. Yeah, they ain't want to fight. They ain't want to lose to Lennox Lewis because they was like, yo, I lose to Lennox Lewis, I'm going to look bad. I don't know why, because to me, Lennox Lewis was a hell of a fighter, yo. Yeah, Andrew Gallardo, I remember that fight. Shannon Briggs was good too. I like Shannon Briggs, but his career was short because Shannon Briggs was another. You got to remember a lot of fighters that were compact fighters, right? A lot of fighters that were compact fighters, their careers were short because all compact fighters fight the same. Lennox Lewis was like the San Antonio Spurs, fundamentally sound, but just boring. I agree with that. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. You think Ray Mercer got robbed? I don't know. Oh, Michael Spinks, Michael Spinks, I think he lost his mustache in that fight, man. He got mashed up. Who said, hey, yo, Lucifer, how you gonna put Michael Spinks in here, man? Did you see the way Michael Spinks got rocked? I'm telling you, man, if you would have looked on the side of the ring, you would have saw his mustache there. And even B-Hop, at least Roy Jones Jr. went out with a win. B-Hop got knocked out the ring, yo. Come on, bro. Come on now. You gotta stay in the ring at least, man. Not your feet in the ring and the rest of your body is out on the side somewhere. That's not how we do things around here. We ain't going out like that. We don't do we don't play those games. He said, come on, Cat. He was 48. He should have never came in that ring. What he thought? He going to be the first 50-year-old? He was tough, though. He said that's the cleanest gym he ever seen. I mean, listen, all due respect to B-Hop. I like B-Hop. B-Hop was your car that you can take from here to Texas and it's going to run. But the problem with B-Hop was he just was not in tune with his body. And even my son Roy, man, even my boy Roy, man, favorite fighter. I don't care. That's my favorite fighter. Even my man Roy, yo. My man Roy, man. When I saw that, when he was on the floor, I was tight as I was like, yo, Roy, what you doing, bro? Roy, get up, bro. I smoke, I drink. I'm supposed to stop, but I can't. I'm a dog. I love, and I'm addicted to money, cars, and clothes. I was just jamming to my boy's music. Yeah, Roy was the best to me. And what he did to James Toney, Roy Jones washed him. Glenn Cole Johnson, I think Glenn Cole Johnson, what happened with Glenn Cole Johnson was that day, man. That day he had to play the oxtails, man, that had a little bit of spice in it, bro. I think that's what happened with Glenn Cole Johnson. I didn't like Glenn Cole Johnson. And you know, Roy Jones my favorite fighter, so I'm definitely not gonna like Glenn Cole Johnson anyway. If I would have been there for that fight, I would have been throwing oxtails at him. So don't say Glenn Cole Johnson in this joint no more. He's not allowed in this chat. His oxtail been boiled. He out of here. But the moral of the story is, from the outside, when you're looking in, you see more than you think you ever saw. Because, Cat, I got Roy Jones hookups, homie. If you do, hook me up. That's my dude, man. Yeah, after the videos, that's what killed him, Cali Fields. After he did the music, wasn't the same. But to me, he's my favorite fighter. Number 1. 2, Muhammad Ali. 3, Pernell Whitaker. 4, Floyd Mayweather. And 5, Marco Antonio Barrera. Oh, they hit my DM, James S. Because of him, I won the Golden Gloves, bro. Hagler? Yeah, I like the Hagler. I like Sugar Ray Leonard and all that. But back to the moral of the story. From the outside, when you're looking in, you get to see more. That's why you can never underestimate someone and think that you got it down pat. Because as we spoke, somebody said, well, no, excuse me, somebody said Bernard Hopkins. All these people, after a while, when they lose their hunger and they get so comfortable, they don't have it no more. They don't have it no more. And then you had a lot of fighters that kept getting robbed. From the outside, I'm looking in. I'm watching it. Pernell Whitaker beat Oscar De La Hoya. They robbed Pernell Whitaker from Oscar De La Hoya. Same way they robbed Ike Corte when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. When Ike Corte fought Oscar De La Hoya, Ike Corte should have got that fight. They robbed him. When Sweet Pea fought Oscar De La Hoya, Sweet Pea should have got that fight. They robbed him. See what I'm saying? But from the outside looking in, you see more. And that's one thing I saw from the first fight. You know, I saw the first fight. Yeah, Sweet Pea washed Chavez up. But I looked at the first fight with Fury and Wilder, and I was impressed by Fury's jab. And I was also impressed by his relentless attack. I said if he was to snap his jab more, learn how to fight coming backwards with a 3 to 4 step, and then going back to attack, Wilder has no chance of beating him. He has no chance. Because, son, with that jab, because I was telling Jay Moneybags, I was telling him, I say, if he lands one jab, he controls the fight. And in the beginning of the fight, he landed the jab. Boom! Once he landed that jab, it's over. He just kept attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. And as he kept attacking, I'm saying to myself, it's done. But I already saw that from the first fight. Because when I was watching the first fight, I seen it. But anybody in here who has contact with Deontay Wilder, tell him he need to go do some squats and calf raises, bro. Or if not, tell him to go to the Lakers. We need a center. Because all he kept trying to do was land that right. I seen the Castillo versus lunges. He need all that, Nate. I seen the Castillo Mayweather fight. It could have went either way. But you remember, when you're the champ, the person got to do a little bit more than equal to you. Because Floyd Mayweather, he played a very defensive fight in that fight. Hey, yo, Tennessee Williams said Wilder gonna file domestic charges on. That's what he said. Wilder is a one-dimensional fighter. That is true, and that is the average fighter. That is the average fighter. The average fighter is one-dimensional. That is correct. The Argentina, Maidana, he got his hits in the here and there, but he didn't out. Remember, when you fighting the champ, you got to be convincing, because it's the champ that you're fighting. So automatically, everything is on him. The betting lines, everything is on him. So if you're going to fight the champ, you got to beat him convincingly. You can't just, I did pretty good. That's not going to cut it when he's the champ. That's not going to cut it. That's right. You got a job. You need that job. I don't know if y'all saw the video where I was shadow boxing. The video where I was shadow boxing on that stone. If I take a wrong step, I'm going into the lake. And if I take a step this way, I'm falling onto the grass. That comes from having balance. I could run that whole thing down the lake until I can't no more without falling in. But I ain't gonna lie, my peoples was rough with me when they was training me though. When they was training me, it was like child abuse. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got hit in the leg with sugar canes and all kinds of shit. You know, any of y'all remember when y'all first started running, and I don't know if y'all was taught this, but when you running, you're not supposed to run with your mouth open. And I used to run, and I have my mouth open, and the air's coming in. And I'm getting pains on my side. And I'm trying to stop, man. Sugar cane to the leg. Boom! Get up. Hold up my side. Get up. You crying and all that running around that track. CG, as a champ, every fight is a big risk. That's why you can't play with them belts on the line. That's a fact. That's a fact. You got to breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. I'm running. Now I'm starting to get this pain on the side. Here comes the sugar cane. Boom! What you doing? Sugar cane was no joke. Know what I'm saying? That's why when I went to jail and I'm getting hit with sticks and all that, I'm like, man, all right, I'm used to this. KO facts, I ran with my mouth guard. Yeah, some people ran with their mouth guard. Sometimes I used to use the gum trick. They used to have this gum called Big League, and it comes a lot. And the baseball players be chewing it. And I used to chew on it while I'm running and spit. Know what I'm saying? But my trainer ain't like that either. He's like, man, spit that whole thing out. Nah. You ain't gonna be chewing no gum in the ring. But yeah, you can never run with your mouth open. Mouth gotta be closed. You breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Yeah, Jay Moneybags. Yeah, that's the way I was trained. So for size slim 904, I was trained for speed. I was trained for speed. I always had power. My whole thing was speed. Less chances, more opportunities. That's the way I was trained. They teach some people different. Jay Breezy, Five Boroughs, salute. Long time up in the building. That's why you always got to look at that. You know what I mean? But I tell you something. You got to look at styles make fights. Salute Eli Delgado. Salute. Eli Delgado said hold up. Salute Eli Delgado. He said, last word, I got to get up early. Don't sleep on Joshua from across the pond. He's going to knock Fury out. He said from across the pond, so you already know. That's out there in Europe somewhere. Oh, now hold up. Damn, son, you should have said that. He getting shot right now in the chat for saying that. They said, hell no. I mean, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really been in tune to boxing like I should be because, when you're busy and you're doing so much things, you don't really got time to really study it like you used to. But I automatically, when I see fighters, automatically England, United Kingdom is across the pond. Gotcha is played for. That's what I figured. Um, Once I see a person, I see their stance, I see their way. I already know what's the way to beat them. And I don't have no problem adjusting if like Aaliyah said, rest in peace. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Styles make fights. That's a fact. Joshua lost to Ruiz. He's not beating either Wilder or Fury. He lost to which Ruiz? John Ruiz? What Ruiz is that? Oh, that's the fat dude? John Ruiz is the fat dude? Oh, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz. Yeah, that's the fat dude. Yeah, I saw that fight. Andy the fat boy. Yeah, I seen that fight. Yo, that was crazy, that first fight. I'm looking at that first fight, and I'm saying to myself, the other dude's in shape. This dude looked like he ate like about 10 Big Macs before he went in there. But he's fighting like he's fighting for his life. Like he came out of the store with a piece of carrot cake and son is trying to rob him. That's the way he was fighting that fight. The fat dude, the Andy Ruiz dude, and I think it was that Joshua dude. The Joshua dude was the dude that was in shape. And the Andy Ruiz dude was the fat dude. But the way he was fighting was throwing Joshua off because son was really fighting like son was protecting a Big Mac or something. Like son had a carrot cake. He came out of the deli on the corner somewhere. It was weird, that fight. I'm looking at the fight like son is fighting like he's defending himself from being robbed. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, J Moneybags, about Wilder's legs. Yeah, Wilder's legs look like ice cream pop sticks, bro. Yeah, Wilder's legs need a makeover. I think no, to be honest with you, if I were Deontay Wilder, I'll contact Rachel Ray. She put some weight on them legs, man. Yeah, son got pop stick legs, bro. Ain't no lie. It's like somebody went into the cornfield and ripped Deontay Wilder off the cross, bro. Son got some scarecrow legs. But yeah, Fury is the next thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, somebody said Wilder's legs. Hey, yo. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's crazy, man. So I need to get a makeover on them legs, man. Let's start a Deontay Wilder leg fund. We're gonna donate for the Deontay Wilder leg fund. See if we can get him right, y'all. Go fund DeontayWilder.com. Taking all donations for legs. If there's any doctors in the chat, does Botox work on legs?
That's what he has with his legs. They don't work.
All right, Jay Breezy Farborough. Love you, boy. Stay up. You already know. We in the building. Hey, yo, big boy 4438. I said that earlier. Yo, son got the jail body. Yeah, cause you be seeing a lot of dudes that be coming home from jail, right? And they be all like big on the top, but they ain't got no legs. They wear a size 36 waist, 26 length. You ever seen somebody go for 36 waist and 26 length? Nubian Emperor, salute. But hey, listen, salute to both them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? They went in there, they didn't back down. You know what I mean? They went in there, they held their ground. Salute to both fighters. I hope Deontay Wilder recovers. Tyson Fury, excellent fight, great execution. I'm looking forward to see him fight somebody else that's of some type of similar experience and talent. If not, he's just gonna wash away that whole division. I mean, that division been kind of weak for a long time anyway. But I'm just gonna say that I wish him a lot of success, and I hope that he continues to master his trade. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? If y'all get a third try at it from the outside looking in, you know, I think your legs is your worst enemy, bro. And you need to work on your legs. Also, when you're coming in on the big guy, you don't gotta cross your arms in front. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you want to let that, you gotta counter a big guy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to try to come in on the big guy because you're not as small as Mike Tyson, but you're not as tall as he is. You know what I'm saying? So you can't crouch down. You're too big for that. You're gonna get mashed up. Your only way is you gotta come in half a step and go to the side of the punch and then go all the way in. That's how you go into a big guy. When you're fighting a big dude, you need him to swing first. You got to counter a big dude. Once he swings or whatever he does, you either go on left or right with a little bit of a duck. Not too much, but a little bit. And then you come right in there. Bing, 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 bing. You're not coming down the middle. You ain't going to do that. You're not coming straight up. You're not going to do that. Your best bet is you got to counter a big guy. You got to counter the big man. And the only way you counter the big man, once he throws that punch, whoop, you got to go. If the punch is coming this way, you got to move to the side and go in. A lot of problem, I see dudes, they'll move to the side and go back. You see what I'm saying? If he moves to the side and goes in, he got a top and bottom advantage. He could get him on the top or he could get his body. and he can wash his body right on up. That'll make him drop his arms. Facts, Low Culture TV. You got to pivot to the side. If he was like my height as a heavyweight or something, you know what I'm saying, then it's different. Then when the punch is up, you're going under and around to go this way because you're too small. But if y'all matching in heights pretty much, you can't make yourself smaller. You gotta go with the punch to the side and come in. Because by the time he comes back to cock his punch, you already hit him. Bing, bing, bing. Or you already caught the body. Boom. Yeah, Peter Lopez, he got wore out because Son was power boxing from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Son came in there straight up power boxing. And what happened with Wilder was Wilder thought that it was going to be a battle of who's going to land the bigger punch. And Tyson Fury didn't go in there on that time. Tyson Fury said, I'm going to go in there on the time like this. I'm going to put punches in bunches, and I'm going to keep attacking. And he got hit a couple of times with the right. He ate a few rights, bro. That's another thing. Son can actually take hits. He ate a few of them rights, bro. Once he ate a few of them rights, I said, that's a wrap. Because now he's eating his deadliest weapon. He's eating them. He's eating them. So if he's eating them and he's coming in boxing and he's on a relentless attack, because if you notice, on Wilder, he kept trying to back up, but that wasn't working because every time he'll back up, he'll come forward. Where are you going, bro? Are you gonna go deep sea diving or something? You jumping in the pool? You can't come in like that, bro. You too big for that. Whoever's his trainer is not doing the right thing. His trainer's supposed to let him know that he's got to go left, right, or right, left. He's got to take away one of his power punches, one of his hands. He's got to take it away from him, make him one-dimensional. If I'm fighting somebody and he got a jab, then I'm gonna make him use that jab until his jab get tired. Now he's gonna have a weaker arm. And every time he throws the right, I'm going around with it. He can't land it. He said his walk took 10 minutes. He ain't want to go up that direction to the ring. Hey, listen, man. Like I said, from the outside looking in, what I saw was a person that was determined, and I saw a person who was comfortable. I saw a person who learned, and I saw a person who didn't learn. I saw a person that was more prepared than the other person. And I saw one person that has a weakness that he may not be aware of, or he might not think that is that much of a problem. But maybe after this fight, if he looks at that camera, bro, you need to do something about them feet, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do something about them feet. But yo, just so y'all know, I got Wildcats Greatest Hits Part 3 coming out. It should be out tomorrow. That's the last of that Greatest Hits project that I did. Because, you know, to be honest, I done washed up and blew up a lot of dudes, man. But dudes that really hit the papers, not every crime hits the papers. Not everybody makes it to the papers, but they commit these crimes as hideous. You know what I'm saying? So, Tales from the WAP side should be coming up soon. I got an EP coming out too. I'm about to put out, and oh, I don't know if y'all saw it. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. That's the Monday's conversation about the dude that did a coronavirus prank on the airplane and had the airplane land somewhere else, and it messed up everybody's vacation. People got searched, all kinds. Yo, he did what he did was is a federal crime, so he facing federal charges behind that. But that was terrible, yo. That was like that was like totally stupid. But y'all know how to go, man. Some people just don't have no courtesy in the things that they do. They just do it. So with that, I'm out. But salute to everybody, man. Thanks everybody for coming up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Ladybug. Thank you all my wrenches. It's playful. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it was a pleasure vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And salute to everybody in the chat, man. Tomorrow's the beginning of the week. Y'all get to work safe, get that money. A lot of people hit me up on my DM that I got them jobs. They working in the jobs now. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. A couple of people hit me in the DM, told me that the hookups I gave them work, and they working right now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody will be working in a minute, you know what I'm saying, for those that are not working. And let's continue to grow. Let's continue to be the strongest force on the planet, man. Spartans, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do. Salute to everybody, man. I love y'all. You know what I mean? Stay up, never down. We don't do the downs, we do the ups. You heard? Sativa's in the building. Let's get it.